So good afternoon everyone. In today's lecture I'm going to explain waves. So what is wave? Wave is a kind of disturbance which travels through a medium and possess energy and momentum with it. Here in a bracket I have taken without medium. So there are some waves which can travels without medium like electromagnetic waves, which I will discuss later. So guys, actually in waves what travels, actually along with waves energy and momentum travels, but actual particle does not travels along with wave. So I have written without actual transferring of matter or particle along with it. So complete definition of wave says that wave is a kind of disturbance which travels through a medium or without medium and possesses energy and momentum with it without actual transportation or transferring of matter along with it. Along this, in order to just give the shortest definition of the wave, you can say that wave is a kind of disturbance which travels through the medium and without actual transportation of material medium particle. So I, in short, I have written waves only. In waves only disturbance travels. So only disturbance travels. Suppose guys, I have taken a string and fixed at one end of the string. Now I have given a jerk to the string. So what will happen? This string will go like this. After some times this jerk will move to this. After this sometimes jerk will reaches to this, and finally it will reaches and travel along this way. Okay guys, so you are seeing that this wave is actually traveling from left to right, but actually this string is not transferring from here to here. The disturbance which we have created, that disturbance is traveling in the form of this ripples, and this is actually a transfer of wave. So if you can see this example, there are many persons standing in a queue. Suppose this person give a jerk to this person. So what will happen when persons are very close together? This person will just give the jerk to this will go. So this jerk is can be transferred to the first one. So this person has not given any jerk to this first person, but although this first person will experience that disturbance which is created by the last one. So this is a wave along which disturbance travels. So each particle of the medium lags behind the preceders by definite phase angle. So this you will understand better when I'll discuss the wave equation. So now, classification of wave. Wave can be classified in following types, like what are the things are the requirement for the classification of wave. The first thing in order to classify the wave is on the basis of requirement of medium. Like I have already written here without medium. So there are two types of waves which can be classified under this category. So on the basis of requirement of medium, waves can be classified into mechanical waves and non-mechanical waves. What is mechanical waves? Mechanical waves are those waves which requires medium for its propagation, like sound wave, jerk in a string. But what is non-mechanical wave? It does not require any medium for its propagation, like light wave, x-ray, gamma ray. These all are non-mechanical wave. Now what are the other classification of the wave? On the basis of vibration of medium particle, how particles of the medium is vibrating, how medium particles is vibrating is the second classification. So on the basis of this longitudinal and transverse, I will discuss this in detail after this in form of this differences. So what is longitudinal wave, what is transverse wave? So suppose if wave is traveling along x-axis, guys, if wave is traveling along axis, particle will move along this x-axis only. So wave if moving along x-axis, particle will travel along x-axis only. So compression and rarefaction takes place along y-axis only. Okay, so x-axis only, sorry. So if particle is traveling along x-axis, disturbance travels along this axis only, or particle is vibrating along this axis only. But here suppose wave is going along x-axis, particle will vibrate along y-axis like this. So that is transverse wave. So these are the waves in which individual particle on the medium oscillates along the direction of wave propagation that I have shown here, and these are the waves in which individual particle of the medium oscillates perpendicular to the direction of wave, as I have shown it here. It can be produced in solid, liquid and gas. Keep in mind, longitudinal wave can be produced in solid, liquid and gas, but transverse wave can only produce in solid and upper surface of liquid. Inside the liquid, transverse wave cannot be produced, whereas transverse wave can be produced at the top surface of the liquid, and in solid, transverse wave can be produced. This wave cannot be polarized, means longitudinal wave polarization is not possible. This wave can be polarized, transverse wave can be polarized. These wave travels in form of compression and rarefaction, as I have discussed earlier, and this wave form travels in form of crest and trough. This is the highest displacement point. Maximum displacement from the mean position in positive direction is crest, and maximum displacement in the negative direction is trough. So this wave travels in form of crest and trough. These wave involves change of pressure and density of the medium. Suppose if transverse wave is traveling, so there is no involvement of pressure and density change of the medium. But if longitudinal wave is traveling, so pressure and density of the medium changes. Example, sound wave and a vibration of a air column in organ pipe, and wave setup in the surface of water, upper surface of the water, and light wave is an example of this transverse wave. So other classification of the wave is this is not mentioned in most of the book, but that is the one dimensional wave, two dimensional wave, three dimensional wave. So motion in a string, if you are giving a motion along a string and a string is not like motion of a guitar string, so this is type of one dimensional motion. Ripples created over the surface of water, this is two dimensional motion, and sound is an example of three dimensional motion. On the basis of net transfer of energy, waves can be classified into two types, stationary wave and progressive wave. Stationary wave, actually when two ends is fixed and the wave is generated between these two fixed ends, that is stationary wave can be produced. Here these are the maximum displacement point is called antinode, and the minimum displacement point, which is zero displacement, is called nodes. Progressive wave has one end fixed but other end is free. So one free end is there, the wave will propagate continuously, this will not return back. So this is progressive wave. So I have given the difference between stationary and progressive wave in detail, you can see here. Stationary wave, the particles of medium at nodes are permanently at rest. So these are the points of node, guys. These nodes are the points which are permanent at rest. But here no particle of the medium is permanently at rest, means this nodes and antinodes both are actually moving forward, they are not permanently at rest. The disturbance remains confined to the region where it is produced. So if you are producing disturbance within this region, this disturbance is confined within this region only. So disturbance is confined within the region where it is produced. The disturbance travels forward with a definite velocity. So this disturbance, if you are producing here, it will travel forward like this. So this disturbance travels forward with a definite velocity. Except node, all the particles of the medium execute simple harmonic motion with varying amplitude. So at this node are at the rest, so all the other particles execute simple harmonic motion with varying amplitude. Here each particle of the medium executes simple harmonic motion about mean position with same amplitude. This is the important difference, guys. Here amplitude will be varying, so here the amplitude will be fixed. Now energy of one region remains confined in that region, but here energy flow across the plane along the direction of propagation of wave. This point you will think, because I have written twice during each cycle of energy becomes alternatively potential and kinetic energy, means in a cycle it converted twice into kinetic and potential, and in this the energy average over a wavelength is half kinetic and half potential. Okay guys, so these are the things which we have to understand in this lecture. Next we will discuss some basic characteristics of the wave. Suppose I have taken a wave which is traveling along positive x direction. So what equation you can write? Y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx, or this minus is the sign which of the wave traveling in positive x direction. How these things happens, I have made a video of wave, why this equation represents a wave, where I have used some mathematical calculations to make you understand. You can see that video. Otherwise I will give the link of that video if you are interested in that video. So you can say that y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx. This is a wave traveling along positive x direction. If I am saying that y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx, in place of minus I am putting plus. This is wave traveling along negative x axis. This is a contradictory, guys, don't confuse that. This plus means wave traveling along negative x direction, this minus means wave traveling along positive x direction. Now what is amplitude? Maximum displacement of the particle from the mean position is amplitude in either direction. So this is the mean position which I am showing by this arrow. This is mean position. This is the maximum displacement in positive direction. This is maximum displacement in negative direction. So these both are amplitude. This is a, this is minus a. So I have written it is the maximum displacement of the particle from its mean position. It is denoted by capital A. Unit is meter. Amplitude governs the intensity and loudness. You will see that intensity is proportional to amplitude square. And let me tell you, there many examination ask this question directly. What is the relation of intensity and amplitude? So intensity is proportional to amplitude square. Keep in mind. Time period. Time taken to complete one oscillations or vibration about its mean position is called time period. It is denoted by T. SI unit is second. It governs angular frequency of the wave. Angular frequency omega I'll discuss here. Now frequency. Frequency is 1 by time period. So I have written number of oscillations or vibration produced by the wave in 1 second is frequency. Number of oscillations or vibration produced by the wave in 1 second is frequency of the wave. It is denoted by either f or nu or n. Sometimes you will see the formula E is equal to h nu, where nu is frequency of radiation, guys. So V is equal to n lambda. Here lambda is also frequency. So I have written SI unit of frequency is hertz or second inverse. So frequency governs pitch. So pitch is directly related to frequency. Higher the pitch, shriller will be the sound, and lower the pitch, hoarse will be the sound, or sound will be flat. Now angular frequency. I told you angular frequency depends on this time period t. So how the angular frequency depends upon this time period c. Angular frequency is denoted by omega. The rate of change of phase with time is called angular frequency of the wave. So angular frequency SI unit is radian per second. Here one thing you have to keep in mind, guys, whenever I say that rate of change of phase, so a phase is completed in 2 pi. So that is means 2 pi by t. Rate means d by dt. So this is by t, and phase means actually a wave completes its one phase after 2 pi. So that is why if I say that rate of change of phase, that means omega can be written as 2 pi by t. Phase is of 2 pi for sinusoidal signal. So 2 pi by t is angular frequency. Unit remains radian per second here only. Lambda. So there are three definitions of lambda. Lambda can be defined for longitudinal wave, lambda can be defined for transverse wave, and lambda can be defined for the other wave also, which is neither classified into longitudinal and transverse. So distance between two consecutive compressions is lambda in case of longitudinal wave, or distance between two consecutive rarefaction is lambda in case of longitudinal wave. So first I have given the definition of longitudinal wave. Distance between two consecutive compressions or distance between two consecutive rarefaction is called wavelength. So now guys, in case of transverse wave, distance between two consecutive crest or distance between two consecutive trough, distance between two consecutive crest or distance between two consecutive trough is called lambda. It is the shortest distance between two particles vibrating in same phase. Wavelength also defined as, this is third definition which is very important. So shortest distance between two particles vibrating in same phase. Suppose guys, if this is a wave given, so I cannot say that this is two trough or two crest, this is two crest, this is two trough, because the other part is not given. Here what you will do, since this particle and this particle are in same phase, so it is the shortest distance between two particles vibrating in same phase. So this is also defined as lambda. So three definition of lambda you should keep in mind. In case of longitudinal wave, lambda can be defined as distance between two consecutive trough distance between two consecutive compressions or two consecutive rarefaction. In case of transverse wave, it is distance between two consecutive crest or trough, and in case of neither transverse or longitudinal, it is the shortest distance between two particles vibrating in same phase. Now wave number. What is wave number, guys? Here you have to keep in mind the quality 2 pi by lambda. The quantity 2 pi by lambda is known as wave number, which is actually denoted by the term k. Wave number is denoted by k, which is nothing but 2 pi by lambda, and that is why its unit is meter inverse. So unit is meter inverse or centimeter inverse. This rate of change of lambda with respect to phase is called wave number. So I have written the quantity 2 pi by lambda is called angular wave number of the or propagation constant, and you should know the relation between lambda. V is equal to n lambda. So from here you can also relate this term k and omega. So V is equal to omega by k. This we will discuss in next lecture. So thank you everyone.